Just wanted to see if you guys were listening. Good evening and welcome to Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. It is time for Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time right here on the internet. It's on WOSD DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, World Vibe Radio, and Ray Neal Media, the best music of your life. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, officially checking in. Hopefully you did have a great day. If you didn't, well, let us make your day better. Well, not your day better, but maybe your night will be better than your day was, all right? Coming up in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. That's 4 songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. And of course, if you have one in mind, let me know. I might play your artist tonight, or I might play these guys tonight. Here's Enchantment, Enchanted Lady on Bedtime Stories. Enchanted Lady on Bedtime Stories. All right. How y'all doing? Let's see what's happening over here on the Facebook. About to pull out this sandwich and go to town. I have to tear this sandwich up. It said, no, we are not listening. Thank you, Daryl. The captain is in the house. Captain D.O. Gloria Scales Brown. I haven't seen her in a while. I have not seen her in a long time. Let me see. Go to comments. Go to all. Go to that one there. Go to banners. Go to comments. Go to chat. Go to all. Go back up to Facebook. Go to anybody on or off. Edit audience. That way I can see the comments. Bam. There we go. The captain, Daryl Owens. Alrighty then. Well, somebody's listening, Daryl Owens. Let's find out, shall we? Yep, it's time to eat. And I don't mind eating in front of you guys because that's what I do. Eat in front of you guys and make you sick. LaTanya Lynn Garrett, hey you. How you be? There we go. Turn my Bluetooth on. You are good. Well, if you're good, if you're good, then I'm gooder. In the words of Joe Soto, I'm gooder. Tell me you can't hear me, Daryl. Come on now. Really? I was on this thing earlier. I know you can hear me. You're just pulling my leg, buddy. This high definition camera and stuff. Testing one, two. See? Hey, Michelle, thank you. I meant to call you, but I was just so tired. I was so tired after work. I had to do a party with Clara Hubbard, but thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. All right, be right back. Here's my monitor. All righty. What kind of sandwich? Really? Come on, Daryl. You already know. You already know it's a hoagie. So what kind of sandwich? Yeah, right. What else do I eat? What's up, Russell? Shake and bake. What's going on, baby? Always good to see you, brother. What kind of sandwich? Yeah, right. Angie Martin Turner, what's going on, sis? Say, excuse me. What did I do, Daryl? You gonna make me say excuse me. You're the nasty man. Instead of candy man, you're nasty man. Say your name 4 times in the mirror and you'll appear. Daryl Owens, Daryl Owens, Daryl Owens, Daryl Owens. Oh, there he is with a plate of catfish. There he is with a plate of catfish. Mm-mm. Nasty man, nasty. He's a nasty man with a plate of catfish. Patisa. Oh, I blew my nose. Oh, okay. You heard that? Dang. That's a sensitive ass mic. If you heard me in the other room blowing my nose. Excuse me. Hey, Lawana. Jeffrey Osborne, LTD, and Love Ballad right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. So I'm doing Facebook Live, right? And I went in the other room to blow my nose because my nose was running, so I had to go catch it. Old joke, right? And everybody heard me blowing my nose on Facebook Live. I come back from the other room and Daryl Owens says, "Say excuse me." I'm like, "For what? What did I do? Did you hear me fart or something?" He said, you sneezed. Oh, you blew your nose. And everybody heard you blow your nose. Good Lord. I remember the first time I heard my daughter blow her nose. Larissa's got to be, well, she's older. I'm not going to tell her age. But the first time I heard my child blow her nose, I just fell out on the floor laughing. She said, "Daddy, what is wrong with you? Why are you laughing at me?" I said, "You blow your nose just like I do." She was like, "Okay, something's wrong with you." Yeah. So yeah, that was the first time I heard her blow her nose. Weird, huh? Yeah. Yeah, we have that connection going on. So yeah, heard her blow her nose, and after that, I was like, "Yeah, you're definitely my child, definitely." Mm, there's no doubt about it. There is definitely no doubt about it. Anyway, here's Babyface. Hello to Queen Janine Lee Jefferson, who was online earlier when I was getting interviewed by Mr. Chris Bass. Here's Whip Appeal. Here's the Whip Appeal. Request mind-blowing decisions coming up. You got it, dude. Loving on me. Oh, yeah. Ron Simmons, what's going on, sir? How are you, sir? Good to see you. Would you say good to be seen? Yes. At our age, yes, it's good to be seen. I was, hey, Leah, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. And he's like, "Yeah, you know, Shirley died." I'm like, "Shirley?" "Yeah, Shirley." I'm like, "Do you know how many Shirleys I know?" What, Shirley Jones of the Jones Girls? Please don't tell me she's gone. He said, "No, Shirley Banana Sweets." I'm like, "No, I didn't know that." Mm. So, yeah, I was like, "Ooh, oh no." She wasn't that old either. But then again, you know, when you have underlying conditions, yeah, that COVID or whatever, they said she had congestive heart failure. Now, she couldn't have been no older than maybe not even 50. So, hey, Barbara, this is Shirley. You are such a fool. Mm-mm. Hey, Barbara, this is Shirley. Yeah, that's real sad because she, you know, she wasn't that old, Ron. It was like, you know, she was always on the stepper scene. And I'm like, Shirley, the one that always wore the police star around her neck? Oh, Lord, no. Yep, had no idea. I didn't know she was sick. To be, you know, to be honest, I didn't know she was even sick. But I guess, when this COVID takes over, you don't have to be sick. COVID will make you sick. So that's it. Shirley is gone. Long live Shirley. Derek Stewart, what's going on? I've been in South Sub for a month. The struggle is real. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, but I'm glad to see you, Big D, Heavy D, in the house. I am glad. Uh, K Bella said Shirley who? I don't remember Shirley's last name, but her nickname was Banana Sweets. And she always wore a gold police star around her neck. And she had like really long nails, kind of heavy set. Always wore, long hair. And she passed. They said it's been a couple of weeks now. I'm like, man, I didn't hear anything. Usually they put it on Facebook, sis, but I didn't hear anything. I'm like, wow. Because she used to be on the stepper scene real heavy. She was at all the stepper sets. I'm like, wow. Mm-mm. I remember last time I saw her, we were at the 50-yard line, but that had to have been, going on 2 years now. Because of course, last year, the 50-yard line was closed. All the clubs were closed. And that was the last time that I saw her since. So I'm like, wow. Because Casper told me, and I was like, wow. They didn't have no. Well, I'm sure they had a funeral and everything, and I'm sure people attended. But then again, did they attend? Was there just a, like a close family type thing due to COVID? So, wow. People are checking out of here like crazy. Well, sis, if you were ever on the stepper scene, you know, um, Kim and I knew her because she would always, whenever she would see us in the club, she would stand right in front of me with her back towards your sister to speak to me. And somebody didn't like that. Gee, I wonder who. So I didn't even tell Kim that she had passed. Yeah, I didn't even tell her. She'd have been like good riddance because she would step in front of Kim. Hey Al Greer, how you doing? And she would just get right in my face and have her back in Kim's face, and it was like, don't you see my wife behind you? Oh, that's why she did it. Okay, cool. Gloria Scales Brown, what's going on? Stranger, good to see you. But yeah, she, dare I say, she was a little disrespectful there. So I'm sure Kim wouldn't mind not hearing of her demise. So, yeah. But then again, we're all human. And it's like, oh, that's too bad. And then she'll probably bring up, you remember that time when she stepped in front of me to speak to you? A lot of women did that. Um, Speaking of clubs, someplace else is supposed to be opening up, of course, under new management because Bobby Carr made his uh, he died, made his transition. Yeah, so that was right before COVID. So Bobby was sick. He would come to the club and he could hardly see. So I would always stand right in front of him and I'd say, "You know who I am, right?" "Yeah, I know who you are. You's the DJ." "Okay, all right, cool. As long as you know who I am." Of course, he never knew my name. He's like, "You's the DJ." "Yeah, I'm the DJ." "Yes, Bobby." So that was it. But hmm. So Heavy D, how you doing, man? Said you've been in the South Sub for a month. So where had you been? That's what I want to know. I'm like, okay, you're back home. You had left. You came back. You moved out. I mean, what? You know, the struggle is real. This COVID don't care. You know, COVID don't care who you are. You know, COVID said, "Yeah, I got you." Okay. Did Paulette White reach out to you yet? No, you need to call Paulette White and tell her if she needs me to DJ for her, then she needs to call me, let me know when and where, and drop down a $150 deposit ASAP. Yep. Sign a contract, send me some PayPal or some Cash App money, and let's do this. Yep, I got new old speakers. You hear me, Ron? I got new old speakers. Yep. Yeah, they new to me because they weren't mine. So Atlantic Star, and let's get closer right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Kay Bella, my sister-in-law. Well, we don't like to say sister-in-law, brother-in-law, step kids, all of that stuff. So Kay Bella is my sister. Period. That's it. Also, Gloria Scales Brown, Ron Simmons, and of course, the very nasty Mr. Daryl Owens, as always. Thank you so much. All of our listeners on WOSD, especially our listeners, our new listeners who listen to Bedtime Stories on Ray Neal Media, which is thebestmusicofyourlife.com. He calls me on a regular basis. "Uncle Al, you've got these women over here losing their minds." I'm like, I don't know why. Have they seen me lately? Have they seen me lately? They would not be jumping hoops and going crazy over me if they've seen me lately. So anyway, Janine Lee Jefferson, thank you so much for joining us 2 times, because earlier today I was on with Chris Bass, and she chimed in, and I appreciate your comment. Thank you so much. That whole legend thing, I'm trying to get used to that. Legend. Does that mean I'm old? Okay, never mind. We'll talk about that later. Here's your request for Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. Well, actually, Roberta Flack by herself. "Feel Like Making Love" on Bedtime Stories. Preston Shanks. Others who have not had the vaccine have passed away. Now, that's been a big thing. Would you say 60 is not old? Okay. Now, back in the day when we were younger, yeah, 60 was old. We're like, "Oh, you old. You 60 years old?" People are living longer now. And, we're not as, we're not our parents. When our parents turned 60, they were 60. When we turned 60, it was like, oh, okay, we still finger popping, we still kicking it. Philip Greer, new listener from Tacoma. Philip Greer, how are you, sir? Preston Shanks, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us for bedtime stories. To all of you all, thank you. Of course, Brother Ron Simmons. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. I don't want to scoop my chair back and break something. Huh? Well, go ahead with your bad self. Yep. But like we always say, go ahead, take that shot. If you've been vaccinated in both arms, then the third shot should not be a big deal, right? R. Michael Douglas, happy hump day to you too. Good to see you, brother, as always. And like we say, it's good to be seen as opposed to being viewed. And that resonates even louder these days. It is definitely great to be seen. Last month I went to 3 funerals back to back. Now, one of them, he died of natural causes, and that was Eddie Thomas. He outlived a whole bunch of people. Yep, he outlasted his son, who was Alvin Thomas. I didn't know that Alvin Thomas was his son. I'm like, shouldn't I have known that? He was a great record promoter in his own right. Alvin Thomas, Eddie Thomas, of course, was the co-owner of Kurt Tom Records, manager of Curtis Mayfield, the Impressions, the list goes on and on. So, yeah. Preston said, I'm always listening Monday and Tuesday. I wake up around 2 o'clock for no reason. No, you wake up for a good reason, and that's to listen to the B-sides. That's why you're waking up. Yep. It's like that internal alarm, right? Yeah, that's that internal alarm that says, get up and listen to Al Greer on VON. I almost said GCI. Good Lord. Why do I always get VON and GCI mixed up? I don't know. They couldn't be more different. Anywho. But thank you, Preston. R. Michael Douglas, thank you so much, as always. It's always good to see you guys. Thank you for your support. I really mean that, especially these days, because we really need to support each other. We really need to go call and check on each other. As a matter of fact, I'm guilty of this. There's a gentleman that I've been meaning to call, right? And if I don't call him soon and I hear some bad news, then I am going to beat myself up. And that person is Cadillac Seth McCormick, who was Herb's producer and good friend for years. I need to call him. So I need to set an alarm within myself saying to call him, because I just, he's been on my mind. He DJ'd my daughter, whom I was talking about earlier. He DJ'd her wedding reception. He didn't know that was my daughter. They just hired him to do a wedding reception. And when I showed up, he said, hey, what you doing here? I said, that's my daughter over there. That's your daughter? For real? You made something that pretty? Yes, I did. Thank you. You trying to say I'm ugly? So, we had a good laugh at that. And I in turn DJ'd his wedding reception. And it was right around the time that Herb Kent died. And, after everything was almost over, like, well, towards the middle of the party, Seth walks up to me and he's just shaking his head. I said, "What? What?" He said, "He should have been here." Talking about Herb. He should have been here. It was going to be a joke that Herb would walk Seth down the aisle. You know how the bride's father always walks him down the aisle. Herb was going to walk Seth down the aisle, which would have been really funny because, full cowboy hat, everything, tuxedo. He said he was supposed to be here. And he just stood there. And I'm like, I didn't know whether to, to hug him or slap him and say, get over it, He said he was supposed to be here. I said, I know. I said, I loved him too. And at Herb's funeral at House of Hope, the first person I saw going in was Robin Kent, Herb's daughter. Same thing. We looked at each other. I said, yeah, I loved him too. His real name, James Colbert, but we know him as Jay Blackfoot. That is Taxi right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. We were talking about calling people off mic. There's a gentleman who's been on my mind, and I keep saying, I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him. And that person is Cadillac Seth McCormick. Nothing happened to him. Nothing has happened. But you know how you start thinking about a person, especially now with this COVID thing, which is real. So I was like, I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him. So I'm going to set an internal alarm saying to call Seth McCormick. So anybody who knows Seth, just know that I'm going to call him. There we go. All right. Back to that one. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Hey, I figured out something new to do with this thing here. Anyway, so anybody who knows Seth McCormick, tell him I'm going to call him. Say, Al Greer's going to call you, man. I promise. Lyle Shumpert, good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Stories. Here's Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack, The Closer I Get to You, written by M. Toomey and Reggie Lucas on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep. Woo! Janine, I'm good, Lyle. I'm really good. You can't imagine how many people were just broken up by his death. I'm like, now he wasn't going to live forever, right? But I always thought, hey, Lori, now I always thought that Herb would at least live to be 100 years old. I just did. When Richard Pegee passed in, I think it was 2009, Richard, was like an uncle to me. Herb was like a father to me. Herb came up to me after Richard had passed and looked at me and said, well, I guess I'm all you got now. I'm like, Oh, Herb, that was just, he said, too soon, huh? Yeah, I was too soon. And the last time I saw Herb was at a party that I did um, for a mutual friend. And at the party, he said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, what are you doing here?" He said, "How did you get here?" And I told him, I said, "Yeah, I took the bus. I put all the equipment on the bus and, I took a bus all the way out here. How do you think I got out here?" And I pointed at my van. At that time I had a Pontiac Montana. Yeah, it was a real cool van because in the back of the van, it had like a DVD screen. You could, you put the DVD in the console, in the front, and you could play a DVD in the back and watch it in the back seat. That's how cool it was. So yeah. Janine said I listened to him with my mom and then listened to him with James. Yep. I'm glad James got a chance to hear her. He got a chance to hear greatness before greatness died, because there has not been greatness in Chicago since. And I'll say that again. And I'm not afraid and I'm not ashamed. Greatness died when Herb passed. That was it. We don't have that anymore. And anybody will tell you, Jim Rags, Richard Steele, they were they were both friends of Herb. So they'll tell you, herbwasthebomb.com. Lori, how are you, sweetheart? Baby mama. But Herb was the best. He was probably the best known radio personality in not only in Chicago but around the country. Everybody knew of Herb Kent. You know, back then the DJs used to break records. In other words, when the songs would come out, we got a chance to play them first. We meaning Chicago. And I tell this story all the time. Uh, I tell this story all the time about the song "Cruisin'" by Smokey Robinson. But if you didn't hear the story, listen. If you've heard the story before, just close your ears. But Smokey came out with a song, and it was the A side of the 45. And somebody, well, E. Rodney Jones had the bright idea to flip the 45 over and play the B side. And he did. And the B side of this song, I don't even remember what the A side was, but the B side was "Cruisin'." He immediately called Smoke in Motown. He said, "Smoke, listen to this." He said, "Yeah, okay. That's that cruising song I did." He said, "Smoke, this is your hit right here." He said, "Okay." He said, "This is your hit right here." Smoking, "Cruising" by Smokey became one of his most popular songs. It started in Chicago. It started with E. Rodney Jones. It started at WVON right here. And Herb played it on the radio. He did. I hired Herb to host an event I was promoting, and the performing artist was Heaven and Earth. And Mavis Staples was your personal guest. Let me tell you my story about Mavis, Ron. So you all know how much I love hoagies and all of that stuff. Well, one day I was out and about. I was on 79th and Yates, where there is a Subway there. across the street from the gas station. And there was a lady standing in front of me. She was on the phone talking on her cell phone. Talking, talking, talking. I waited until she finished. I said, "Ma'am, excuse me, but did anyone ever tell you you look just like Mavis Staples?" She said, "Oh, I get that all the time, baby. That's because I am." I'm like, oh, greatness, greatness. Right there in front of my eyes, greatness. The legendary, the voice, Mavis Staples, in Subway, getting a sandwich. Well, she got to eat too, right? I was like, greatness right there, getting a Subway sandwich, just like me. She liked to eat fresh too, just like me. Big ups to Mavis. Never heard from her again. I gave her my card. I guess I was gushing too much. I turned into a super fan. Oh, I just love you. Oh, I just love you and your family. And I would see your dad driving up and down the street in his gray Mercedes and this, that, with the license plate that said Pops. So she was really not impressed. She was ready to eat fresh. And I was holding her up from her Subway sandwich. That was it. And that's another true story. You must have put a spell on my mind. Either that or something in my food. Which one was it? Blue Magic on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Now, I was telling this story offline, to my Facebook people. By the way, our new listeners, you can check me out on Facebook. Just send me a friend request. Let me know that you listen on Ray Neal Media or World Vibe Radio, and I will add you as a friend. But anyway, I was telling this story about this song that Smokey Robinson made. I don't remember what the A side of the song was. I should know these things, right? Ron Simmons, I should know these things. But I know this. That's what it's supposed to play. I know that this was the B side of that 45. And a gentleman by the name of E. Rodney Jones had the vision to flip it over and play. Yep, that's right. Cruising originated here in Chicago. Here's the great Smokey Robinson on Bedtime Stories. Facebook Live. Cruising, cruising. Forever. This is not a one-night stand. Wow, definitely musical royalty. I would have been the Sam way, or the same way, if I'd been right there. Next to Mavis, have you noticed how much LaDonna favors Mavis? Yes, I do. It's so scary. The two of them together, they look like sisters. LaDonna looks like she could have been a staple. Uh-oh. Could it be? Could it be Pops was... No. Let me stop. Stop right there. That'll be the time that Mavis calls me. Did you say LaDonna Taylor was my sister? I will come over there and no, I don't want Mavis Staples kicking my butt. James' first concert was Stevie Wonder, and his second was Smokey. I made sure he heard the best. Yep. My first concert was James Brown at the Auditorium Theater on Congress. That was my first concert. And, up until then, I had never seen anybody perform live. I'd always seen them on TV, and they always looked larger than life. They looked like they was Shaq's height. Not James. James and Prince were neck and neck as far as height. But James walked tall. He came out, he was strutting. He came out like, he grabbed the mic like, here I am. He grabbed that mic, and it was off to the races from there. He didn't let up until it was over. I'm like, how do you do an almost 2-hour concert and don't get tired? Oh, he was sweating though. That's his trademark. His trademark was the sweat. In fact, they said he used to take salt pills so that he could sweat. I'm like, no, good Lord. My first concert, Ron says, was at the old Regal Theater to see Major Lance and Joe Tex. Good Lord, that man. And then a boxing match broke out. Because, Major Lance used to be a boxer, right? I'm sure he came out and he knocked Joe Tex out, boy. Joe Tex did a record after James Brown had taken his girl. He did this record. And the record sounded like something that James would have made. Talking about, you can have her, James. You can have her. James heard of the record, saw where Joe Tex was performing. Him and his boys pulled out some shotguns, and it was on from there. Otis Redding was there that night. They paid Otis off. They paid everybody off to be hushed, not to say a word. James, he came for Joe Tex, but he never got him. Never caught him. James didn't play that stuff. I'm like, you're a singer. You ain't no gangster. They came with some pumps. Yeah, they came after Joe Tex. And Otis was in the way. They said James fired a shot, and Otis barely made it. He'd have been sitting on the dock of the bay earlier. I took my seat to see myself to see James Brown at the Star Plaza. It was elbow to elbow. I was the only fly in the milk. And that sounds like every blues concert. We go see, it was always Bobby Blue Bland and B.B. King together. And that was at the Star Plaza. That was at the Star Plaza. Yep. And people would get all dressed up. They would be like sharp, dressed to the nines, to go to a blues concert. And Janine, these were white folks. What did they know about our music? Sound like that promo that I do. But Bobby and BB didn't care. They didn't care. They were like, okay, we're here to perform. We don't care what color you are. We would have liked to see more brothers and sisters here, but, they were brothers and sisters. So it was like, okay. Folks didn't, they didn't care who was there to see them as long as they got paid their money. And it would be sold out. It would be people in the balcony at the Star Plaza. I was like, oh my, what you say, money green? Yeah, money green. It don't matter. That's the color. It ain't black, it ain't white, it ain't yellow. It's green. And whoever they were performing to, they obviously came to see a show. So we're going to perform whether it's brothers and sisters out there or not. They came to see a show. They came to see Bobby and BB. So we're going to do a show. And that's it. We're going to get our money. We're going to get out of here. And we're going to go find a soul food restaurant in Chicago and eat some greens. Because that's what they did while they were here. BB had a residence here in Chicago. So whenever Bobby Bland was in town, he would take, Bobby, where the soul food at. 9 times out of 10, it was probably Gladys's or something. So there were more white people at Smokey's concert. Yep. What'd you say? Too expensive for the brother and sister. I know that's right. Yep. Yep. Those tickets were tickets were quite expensive, I'm sure. Yep. Good seats and reasonable. Lady G, good evening. Good evening. By request, heat wave and mind blowing decisions. The short version, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Lady G, who just checked in. Also to Queen Janine Lee Jefferson, Luana Trailer, as always, and of course, Ron Simmons. Thank you so much for stopping by Facebook and checking your brother, your peanut butter brother, out. And of course, as always, this show is sponsored by Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much there, Vince Brown, who had a birthday recently. We are WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, World Vibe Radio, and of course, Ray Neal Media, the best music of your life. Hello to LT. Thanks for checking in. Also to Elo and Nikki Brown. Nikki Brown. Hey there, Miss Brown. I'm going to have to play that Rick James and Smokey for you, like I always used to do back in the day when we were at Kennedy King. I miss those days, Nikki, when we shared an office. Yeah, I miss those days. Here's Anticipation from the Barcades, our friends in Memphis, right here on Bedtime Stories. NB. I can't hardly wait. What's up with you, Nikki? We are definitely going to have to get together, Nikki, and go to our spot um, over there in I guess that's Hyde Park. Hyde Park is on one side, and then of course Bronzeville is further down, further west of Hyde Park. So, yep, we need to go get some pancakes. We need some pancakes, some French toast in our lives. As a matter of fact, I haven't had any French toast in a long time. I used to get their omelets. Foreplay today. I don't know, LT. Who do you want to hear? Let me know. Yep. Excuse me. Let me know who you want to hear. Oh, it must be. It could be sandwich time. Yeah, baby. Okay, you got it. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I promise. I'm going to set an internal alarm to call Nikki Brown tomorrow. It is time for my nightly hoagie sandwich. Big ups to our people at the hoagie place out here in Dalton, even though I'm in Calumet City. But Elder Bradley, how are you, sir? Solo, where do you want me to put it? Or are you just making a statement, dear Daryl? Nasty man, Daryl. The nasty man. We miss you at church. I don't know if they miss you at church, but I miss you at church. You and your family. Y'all need to stop by and say hi. Damn it. But I saw that you had some health issues, Elder Bradley, but you know, we serve a good God. And if it ain't our time to go, it ain't our time to go. So, but it's always good to see you. Thank you for stopping by on my Facebook Live. I appreciate it. You know, big ups to your son, your daughter, your wife. Oh, you're having surgery on Friday. Okay. Well, our prayers go out to you. It's already done. It's already done. Before they even wheel you in the operating room, it's already done, bro. I don't. I know I'm preaching to the preacher, but it's already done. It's already done. In Jesus' name, Amen. It's already done. You know. So, of course, you'll be on the mend for a couple of weeks, and then you'll be back in the saddle again. You'll be a new mean preaching machine. Mm-hmm. Yep. A new mean preaching machine. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I miss you, bro. I miss you. I miss you and your family. You know, and to be honest, We haven't had a finer musician since your son left. We finally got Brother Fred back, you know. And I'm happy about that we got Fred back. But your son on that organ sound like a old grown man, like he had been playing for years. You know, and some days I'd be listening to your son play, and it'd be reminiscent of my brother who passed 2 years ago now. And that was Wayne Fields, Deacon Wayne, or Insane Wayne, as he called himself. So, what he said, tuna with Limburger cheese. Oh, come on now, Daryl, go back to the catfish, brother. Tuna and Limburger cheese. That stinks. Mm-mm. I don't think I've ever had Limburger cheese. It just sounds like it stinks. Limburger. Limburger, it just sounds nasty. Like Rush Limbaugh. It just sounds it sounds nasty. That's right. Best wishes to you. Elder Bradley. Yep, you are definitely missed. If nobody else tells you, let me tell you. You are definitely missed. You and your family. What'd you say? That's some funky cheese, smell like some old gym socks. I know that's right. Limburger. Whoever came up with that, yeah. Limburger. Mm-mm. That's some German stuff. Limburger. Mm-mm. Sound like something you line your gym shoes with. We put this Limburger in my gym shoes. Anyway. But once again, Elder Bradley, back to you. You know, prayers going out to you and your family. Yeah. I remember one of the last times I saw your wife. She came up to me. She said, "How's your wife doing?" I didn't know how to answer that because I guess she assumed that Lonnie was my wife. So I didn't know who she was actually talking about. So I was like, I just said, fine. She's fine. So that was it. Yeah. I'm like, Lonnie's not my wife. Everybody just assumed the light-skinned girl was my wife. Oh, okay. All right. I ain't gonna argue with you. Natalie Cole. I got love on my mind. I don't know about you, but I got love on my mind. To Dr. Al Greer, this is Bedtime Stories. Hello to Elder Anthony Bradley Sr. Thank you so much for joining us. And our prayers go out to you. Like I said on Facebook, it's already done, brother. You know, because he's a surgeon. He's a doctor. He's a lawyer. You know what I'm talking about. I'm preaching to the choir, right? I'm preaching to the preacher. It's already done, brother. It's already done. Patrice Rushen or Sherelle for foreplay? Probably Patrice Rushen. I don't think Sherelle has 4 songs that are slow. So we might do Patrice Russian LT. Thank you so much. Anyway, hello to Lady G, who was talking about Limburger cheese. Of course, Daryl Owens brought that up. Limburger cheese and tuna. Yeah. Sounds like he wants to funk up somebody's house for real. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. We try to relax you and not max you and not overtax you. Hey, that rhymed, didn't it? Here's Michael and his nephews. Micah. Micah? Yeah, I was on a, well, not a Zoom call, but we were having, well, Janine was on it too, where we were talking. Chris Bass asked me who I would like to sit down, name 4 people that I would like to sit down with, either living or dead. And one of those people, tell James I said happy birthday. Please do. Living or dead, and one of those people was Prince. I would love to sit down with him and just have a conversation with him. Not a, like a fan type thing, but just, So what was you thinking when you made that album Love Sexy? Or the Black Album? What was on your mind then? I just want to know. Terry Hardy, good evening. Yep, that kind of thing. Just to pick his brain, just to have a conversation with him. Because, between him and Michael, I think Prince was just far more talented than Michael. He just was. And that's just me. People will disagree. They say, oh, Michael was the king of pop. Nobody liked the Black Album. Would you could have made that happen for me with Prince? Wish I had known, because Prince, he was just talented. He was just stomped down talented. And I don't care what nobody says. Elo liked the Black Album. I thought it was like an induced drug trip. It was, the way it was made, it was like, it sounded bootleg. And it sounded like Prince was doing drugs and he made that album and it's like, okay. and that was it. But yeah, Prince was the master. Michael never played any instruments, nor did he write his own songs. True. And my thing was, Prince introduced us to The Time, to Sheila E., so on and so forth. Who did Michael Jackson introduce us to? That's it. Michael Michael's music, Prince was the whole orchestra. Yep. Yep. I never saw Michael sit down at a piano and play. I never saw him do a guitar solo. I never saw him play the drums. He just danced. And that was it. Michael was an entertainer. Michael introduced us to people, Vanity and Apollonia. Michael introduced us to Pepsi. That was it. Yep. Mm-hmm. A Pepsi generation. That was it. Mm-hmm. Introduced us to Pepsi and lost half of his scalp. Mm-mm. Yep. Michael introduced us to Quincy Jones and Diana Ross. Quincy Jones and Diana Ross was already around. He may have reintroduced us to them. Lolita, what's going on, niece? Now, Quincy was always there, you know? You know, Quincy was producing Frank Sinatra and Sarah Vaughan and everybody else. So few people can dance or sing like MJ. I broke off my first engagement because my fiance wouldn't buy Michael tickets. Dang, that's serious. Okay. and the llama. Yes, Michael introduced us to the llama and Bubbles, the monkey. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Was it that serious? Okay. Yep, Prince. Michael Jackson, was produced by Quincy Jones. Absolutely. Yep. That was a collaboration that went on and on for years. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm sick. You're talking about a llama. Okay. And Joel Jackson. Mm-mm. They say Joe used to beat the kids. Joe didn't beat the kids. He didn't do anything different than our parents did. Or Macaulay Culkin. Oh. Mm-mm. But my husband purchased Prince and Luther tickets every time I wanted them. Luther was a great singer, but he couldn't dance. He was flat-footed and knock-kneed. So did all the dads in Gary. Lionel Richie and Lady, the song that he wrote for Kenny Rogers, and he took it back for himself and redid it. It's your Dr. Al Greer. We're talking about abruptly, we just started talking about, I guess, the rivalry between Michael Jackson and Prince. Prince lovers don't like Michael Jackson lovers, and Michael Jackson lovers don't like Prince. And I made a comment. I said, who did Michael introduce us to? And of course, Daryl Owens said Macaulay Culkin and the llama. That's about it. But Prince introduced us to Morris Day and the Time, Vanity, and Apollonia, and other great artists, and Sheila E. That was it. Michael had his brothers, and that was it. But he never produced any new artists, except the one you just heard, which was his nephews, who were Tito's sons. But there was no promotion on that album, and it came out on his label, MJJ Productions, and that was it. Oh well, it goes on and on and on. You're the Manhattans on Bedtime Stories. I know, right, Blue? Both of them were very talented, respectively. But Prince was the man. He didn't have to dance. His voice was masculine. Who, Luther? Yeah, Luther didn't have to sing. I mean, didn't have to dance. Never. I saw Luther in concert at the Erie Crown with a young lady friend of mine. She was like, if I don't take her to see Luther, I would not get any more sex, ever. Needless to say, Luther's concert was wonderful. It was even better later on that night. Because I was not a Luther fan, but she was. So in order to, keep my woman happy, yeah, Luther it was. But yeah, Luther had one of the greatest voices I'd ever heard. It was natural. He was a natural talent. Ron said my favorite artist is Nat King Cole. Nat couldn't dance either. Mm-hmm. Janine said I saw Luther 10 times. So you saw Big Luther, Little Luther, Luther with the curl, Luther with the afro. Yeah, you saw all of Luther in all of his glory and all of his reincarnations. Well, Ron said Nat King Cole. Nat had the voice. Middle-sized Luther. Yep, all the reincarnations of Luther. I didn't like Little Luther was little, Ron says small, medium, and large. Yeah. I'm like, give me a medium Luther to go, please. Thank you. On the side of Marcus Miller, please. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Luther was. Whoo. Nat King Cole, I would compare his voice with Luther. Yep. Nat was the man. Yep. Nat was definitely the man. Yep. Although I never got to see Nat King Cole, I've seen him in movies and of course on Facebook, not Facebook, but on YouTube. And I saw a documentary that they did with him saying Wall Street is afraid of the dark, which is how he lost his show on NBC. His show ran 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Mm. Mm-hmm. Transforming into his first solo concert, Jerry Curl Days. Yeah, he did Searching for so long. Yep. Luther was a hell of a performer. Nat King Cole was from Chicago. No, he was not. Nat was from Montgomery, Alabama, and moved to Chicago. Yep, he was not from Chicago originally. He did grow up. He did go to was it Walter Diet, but he was not from here. No, he lived here for most of his young adult life, and after that, when he blew up, he moved to the white suburbs of L.A. Yeah, but yeah, he's from Montgomery, Alabama. Born Nathaniel Adams Coles with an S. Yep. That much I know. He did go to diet. Well, Montgomery, Alabama. Jerry Butler used to always say he was the original Iceman. His hair was like glass. It was so fried. He used that good lie on his hair. Ooh, that song used to get to me, boy, when I was listening to it on WVON back in the day. Margie Joseph and Words Are Impossible, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, saying hello to Ron Simmons, Queen Janine Lee Jefferson, and Lawana Trailer. Happy birthday to your son. Happy birthday. I affectionately call him JJ because those are his initials. So happy birthday to JJ. And tell him Uncle Al said, Dynamite! You'll know what I'm talking about. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Ron said that he was saying that his favorite artist was Nat King Cole. And Ron, I couldn't wait to tell this story. Growing up in my house, my dad was a big fan of Nat King Cole. He had all of his albums. Love is the Thing, even the one that he did that was in Spanish. He had all of Nat King Cole's albums. And he used to walk around the house singing to my mom. He would sing, Darling, je vous aime beaucoup. He didn't know the words. Well, he knew most of the words, but, he jumbled it up a little bit. But I always said if I ever got married, I would sing to my wife. Of course, that never happened. No, I did get married, but I just didn't sing around the house. It was like it's like Whitney and Bobby. Bobby didn't sing around Whitney. It was like, you can't sing, brother. That's the princess of pop. You can't sing around her. It's Maze featuring Frankie Beverly. Just about a half an hour away from foreplay, right here on Bedtime Stories. He said, bedtime hoagies. That's right. He he hates that. I know. And we had a conversation about that, Janine. When I was a kid, I was rail thin and I had the little hat. So I looked like JJ. And there was a lady who lived across the street from me. The lady's sister, who was a nun, she would like, go ahead, say dynamite. And I told this to James, right? He was like, oh, man. I said, yeah. Yeah. She would always make me say that. And I was like, I resented that lady for doing that. Even though she was a nun. I was like, I don't look nothing like that brother. But she thought I did. So I was like, okay. And of course, she was I'm going to see Johnny Mathis in December. I can't wait to hear him sing Catfish. Johnny Mathis is not going to sing that. Mm-mm. Johnny Mathis, please. He ain't going to sing nothing about no fish. Trust me. Mm-mm. Chris Bass. Good conversation today with you. We'll have to do a part 2. Definitely, because we were just getting started. We got started at 4. We were just getting started when, 5 o'clock hit, just scratching the surface because, and people say all the time, they're like, you are like a walking encyclopedia of music and radio. It's just that I grew up around these people. I grew up around Herb. I grew up around Richard Pegee. I met Jim Rags at a young age. A matter of fact, I met Jim Rags. I was an intern at GCI when they were at 6 North Michigan, and Rags was doing the morning show. Yep. And Rags said one morning, he said, nothing improves your driving than a cop driving behind you, waiting for you to speed. I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, we'll have to do a part 2. And I thank you for allowing me to be on your show. I follow you on Facebook. You and the other guys. So for me to be on your show, I'm like, okay. I'm like, nobody's going to want to hear what I have to say. The Hoagie Man, yes. Leah said, that's why I call you Mr. Music. Thank you. Thank you, Leah. Yep, I really appreciate that. Man, I had a good time too. And I don't remember half the stuff that I said because I was so tired. And I think that adrenaline rush talking about radio, that did it for me. Because afterwards I went straight to sleep. I went straight to bed. Chris, I don't even remember taking off my clothes. I think I just crashed in the bed. Yep, I think I just crashed, and that was it. Yep, brother man was knocked out. He put you to sleep but never to bed. uh, did you watch it, Ken? How was it? I just appreciate you, Robin Lewis. Doug helped me talk to James about boogers, oral sex, and everything in between with James. He helped me grow. He helped me grow James. We we breached the tough, difficult topics. Yes, Doug was. Yeah, Doug was all of that. Doug was like my big brother, the big brother that I never had. Doug was all of that. You know, to Doug, it was okay to have a good time. You know, set boundaries, but it was always cool to have a good time, and that's the way Doug was. You know, he was he was cool, and he was my brother. He was my big brother. He was, and he was. Tell me you didn't just say boogers. Yes, I did. Yes. Yeah, but Doug was fun to be around. You know, Doug was fun. You know what you heard on the radio, that was Doug. You know, with some people, it's like they had a put on voice, like the 805 guy. That was the voice that he made up of all the bad DJs that you had ever heard. Yeah, yeah, baby, 805 guy. You know, that was every guy in every city. There was an 805 guy. There was a person who sounded just like that. So, yeah, but Doug was Doug was fun. You know, Doug was Doug. You know, whenever Doug was around, you knew that you were going to have a good time because that was him. He was Spuds McKenzie. Party on. You know, he was always on. Like, dang. Chris said Banks was the best there ever was, the best that there ever is, and the best that there ever will be. I miss him tremendously. Doug was the man. Like I said, whenever Doug was around, there was a party coming. You know, he was the calm before the storm. It was like, uh oh, there's a party coming. I hear it. Yep. Doug was the party. He was never tardy for the party because he was the party. Yes. Janine said, I spoke to him before he passed at the Women's Black Expo. The next day he was gone. That's the way Doug was. You know, Doug didn't need no bodyguards. You could just walk up to him and just start a conversation with Doug. He was that cool. Didn't care who you were. He'd carry on a conversation with you. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Hold on for a minute. Let me go in the air. That's how Doug was. Yeah, excuse me for 1 minute. I need to talk. I need to talk on the radio. I'll finish talking to you in a few minutes. Give me a few minutes. You know, Doug would get on the air and he'd turn back around and start talking to you. Continue the conversation. Okay, where were we? Okay, you're from the West Side, huh? That was Doug. Doug was just Doug. Doug, the party animal. Doug, the fun guy. You know, the only time Doug ever got deep was when he was about to get a divorce. He showed me his divorce papers. He said, so you're getting married, huh, bro? Let me show you something. And he showed me the divorce papers. He said, don't go into it half-cocked. Prince Rogers Nelson and Pink Cashmere right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Ken Watlington. Chris Bass, thank you so much this afternoon for the interview. Made me feel like I was a celebrity. Let me stop, because it always sounds like I'm fishing for a compliment, and I'm not. I just don't look at myself in that fashion. Everybody, oh, you're a legend. Oh, you've been doing this for so long. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. But I just don't feel it. I feel that the people who are around me, those were the legends. Like Chris Bass and I were talking about Doug Banks. I said the way Doug, the Dan Ryan head, yes, was like that on and off the air. Whenever Doug was, just being Doug, just in public, hey buddy, let me talk to you. Yeah, hold on, I gotta call the station. I'll be back with you, okay? And Doug would get on the air and he would go back to the person and finish the conversation. Yeah, buddy. So what were you talking about? So you're from the West Side, huh? Huh? Okay, all right. That was Doug. He was just a cool guy, on and off the air. Yep, that was him. He was the ultimate party animal. If Doug was around, you knew there was a party somewhere brewing. He was like that storm. Here comes the party. Yep, Doug. All right, everybody, let's party. The Dan Ryan head. You know where that came from? Tom Joyner gave him that nickname. Yep. Tom Joyner gave him that nickname of the Dan Ryan head. Yep. Said his head was so big. He had to get out of the car to turn around. His head was that big. Doug Banks, yeah. But Doug, you're surely missed, because between you and Herb, you all were Chicago. You all were Chicago. Even though Doug was from Detroit, Doug was Chicago. He may have been born in Detroit, but he was Chicago. You know, he was one of the yeah, he was part of that franchise. You know, Doug Banks, Tom Joyner. He was part of that franchise that we'll never see again. You know, we will never see that again in Chicago radio. Never. It ain't happening. Yep. Doug was Chicago. Yep. Doug was Chicago. When you got to Chicago, you had to listen to Banks and Company. Otherwise, you didn't feel welcome unless you listened. Hey, everybody, good morning. 7:35, 25 in front of 8 o'clock with you, Doug Banks. Bar and car. Yep. Nobody could do Doug Banks like Doug Banks. And of course Al Greer. But yeah, that was my big brother. And he said, you know, said, Al, if you have any doubts in your mind about getting married, if you have any doubts in your mind, don't do it. Don't get married. Because this is what I'm going through right now, Al. I said, okay. So, Daryl, I never told you this, but Doug talked me out of marrying Alex. There it is. Doug talked me out of it. That's why Alex and I never got married. If you have any doubts in your mind about this person being your soulmate for the rest of your life, don't do it. Don't do it. And I didn't do it. They messed up when they broke up Doug and Tom Joyner. Yeah, really. Doug talked me out of marrying Alex. How about that? Never told you that. Yep. It was Doug. Can you relay the tale that you and Herb? Oh, the Christmas party story. Herb called me earlier that day. We were doing a Christmas party for this group. It was out in Dalton, of all places, which is like 10 minutes away from where I am now, at the top of the U.S. Bank building. Yep. Herb called me that day. He's like, I need you to bring some Christmas music. I need, some Jackson 5, Donny Hathaway, some Motown Christmas. I said, okay, cool, no problem. So I bring everything. So we get to the party. I set up the equipment. I'm DJing. I'm playing, hang on the mistletoe. And a guy comes over. He's got a kufi on. And he leans over to Herb. He says, Herb, that's not our bag. That's not what we do. We don't celebrate Christmas. We're Muslims. Herb turns to me and says, Al, I told you don't bring that Christmas music. You're disrespecting these people. They're Muslims. They've got a religion, and you're insulting them. I looked at Herb. I'm like, really? Really? I said, okay. At the end of the night, Chris has already heard this story. At the end of the night, I grab the mic and I get up under the table where we were DJing. So I'm right there at Herb's feet, and I'm talking stuff on the mic. These people don't know who I am. How dare they not celebrate Christmas? What kind of stuff is that? And I keep going on and on. And say, if it was Kool and the Gang, we would have been celebrating. And I went on, and Herb was like, just sitting there stewing, like, I don't know whether to kick him with these cowboy boots or to just wait for him to finish. And that was it. Herb got me banned from the Muslims. I couldn't even go to the mosque after that. It's like, how dare you bring that Christmas music? You're insulting these people. How could you do that, Al? I thought I taught you better than that. Like, oh, come on, really? You just gonna throw me under the bus, huh? Okay, all right. So one night we were out DJing at St. Philip Neri, and I handed Herb the mic, but the mic wasn't on. My mic was on. So I'm doing the, what's his name? Jeff Dunham. So I'm doing Herb's voice, and Herb is just moving his mouth like this. They're looking at Herb. They're not looking at me. They're looking at him, thinking he is speaking. Good evening. This is Herb Kent from Feed 103. Welcome to St. Philip Neri and our annual Valentine's Day party. To my left, we have Al Greer, who's a pretty good DJ in his own right, even though he left me and started working for Richard McGee, but that's okay. Richard's not here tonight, so therefore we won't be interrupted. It's like, do you hate Mr. Piggy that much? Really? Really, Herb? So that was it. Well, once again, we never did the Muslim Christmas party or holiday party ever again. Tevin Campbell, can we talk? Just a minute. That's all. That's all I need. Give me a minute. And I'm going to tell you some sweet stuff in your ear, baby. Baby. or in the words of Lucius, I got something to tell you, man. Well, you got to tell me, Lucius. I got something to tell you, man. Listen, man. Lean down, man. Let me talk to you, man. No, Lucius, I don't want to hear what you have to say. No. Come on, man. Come on, man. Man. Anyway, it's Bedtime Stories. It's just about 6 minutes in front of foreplay right here with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and Mariah Carey, and Vision of Love on Bedtime Stories. Let me talk to you, man. Oh, man. Say my name. Candy Man? No, it's Candy Man. Candy Man? No, Lucius, it's Candy Man. That's what I said. I said Candy Man. Oh, never mind. Daryl, are you okay? I done blowed your mind, didn't I? Yep. Doug talked me out of marrying Alex. He sure did. And that was why I never walked down the aisle. And Alex's mother was furious. She called me, what am I supposed to do with all these damn dresses? I don't know. Wear them. I don't care. Have a party and have everybody dress alike. Yep. What'd you say? 10 deep, AG. Okay. Candy Man? It's Candy Man. That's what I said, Candy Man. Oh, no. Lucius and Cat Williams should, get together, Candy Man. A Candyman. How many people saw the movie Candyman? I'm sure you all saw the first one, but this remake of Candyman, I'm like, okay. Another reason why not to go back to the theater, okay? Besides COVID, you stand in the mirror and you say Candyman's name, what, 3 times, 4 times, and he appears. I'm like, I don't need that in my life. Thank you very much. No, I'm good. Candyman. I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe routine. Anyway, just on a roll tonight. I used to date this girl. She's like, can you go one day without doing somebody's imitation? I said, sure I can. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I couldn't. She said she's going to give me some money if I, you know. I couldn't go a whole day without doing an impersonation of somebody, without doing the character voice, without getting out of my body. And she hated it. She hated it. Especially when I did the gay voice. It was just too authentic for her. Girl, when we going shopping, she's like, stop it, Al. That's not funny. Especially when I did it in the middle of love making. Like, ooh, child, ooh, woo, honey, you're going to make me sweat out my perm. She's like, stop doing that. I was about to have an orgasm. You haven't seen Candyman? You need to go see Candyman. And then go see Cat Williams. Because he's a funny motherfucker. Cat Williams. Mm-mm. Cat is the man, I tell you. Mm-mm. With his little self, with his perm, sweating on stage, boy. He just sweating. Sweating for no damn reason. Candyman. Doing all right for a long day and night. Yeah, night and day. Yep. Because when I got off work this morning at 6, I went straight to Gaelic Park out in Oak Forest. I went straight there, got in the back of the truck. I had rearranged everything the night before. So there was nothing on the back seat but me and my blankie. And I laid out and I was knocked out. I set my alarm for 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, I started unloading the truck. I pulled in front of the place, and that was it. Janine, thank you so much for staying up with us, as always. I appreciate it. Thank you, Janine. That's going to do it for me, Doug Banks. We'll see you back tomorrow with Banks and Company here on WGCI and Dot That I. So that was it. We watched Hustle and Flow. Looky here, man. Hustle and Flow was the movie. I don't care what nobody says. It made me go out and buy this mic. No, I'm sorry. I already had that mic, but I always call this the Hustle and Flow mic. I'm like, that's what's up. I got to see that again myself. Hustle and Flow. Brenda and the Tabulations, and right on the tip of my tongue, right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time, where it is time for foreplay. But before we do that, of course, we always do a word from our sponsor, but our new sponsor, who also does T-Mobile. Wait a minute, where is his name? Okay, wait a minute. No, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, here it is. Bedtime Stories, of course, is sponsored by Metro by T-Mobile at 2550. Where are they? Oh, good Lord, I just lost it. 2550 Arthur Street in Gary, Indiana, where you can get phones, you can get everything. I'm sorry, you can get everything. He sells T-Mobile phones. He got Metro PCS phones. He has TVs and everything. Just ask for Brother Omar, all right? And it is time for Foreplay right here on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, World Vibe Radio, and Ray Neal Media, the best music of your life. I'm Richard McGee and you're not, and that's okay because I've got the best music. Anyway, it is time for Foreplay. This young lady started her career playing jazz music. She went from jazz to playing R&B, and those jazz purists did not like it. They were like, they turned their backs on her, which is not hard to do because she's only like 5 feet tall or shorter. No, she's 4'11". At one time, this is a true story, her and Prince were supposed to hook up. She turned Prince down. Yep. And Prince, in turn, wrote a song about her. That song was I Want to Be Your Lover. She went on to be the musical director for Robert Townsend's Partners in Crime, as well as the music director and composer for the Steve Harvey Show. Not the one that we know of, but the one where he played the teacher, Steve Hightower. She did all the music for that show. Who are we talking about? Her nickname, Baby Fingers. In tonight's Foreplay, we feature the music of Patrice Rushen right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. How did the 9 a.m. set go? It went very well. First, when I walked in, we were across from, there were like several tables set up. We had a table for, it was a senior type thing. So, they had Gen Care and Well Care and all these kind of cares there. So we were right across from one of the Gen Care vendors. And I put that speaker on that stand, that big old JBL, and they were like, oh no, is that going to be pointed towards? Oh, you're like, oh, you woman. I said, you won't even hear it. She went and told some guy, and he came back over and was like, we're not going to be broadcasting until 12 o'clock. Oh, that loud music is going to be playing. I guess she saw me with my do-rag on and just knew I was about to, bump some rap or something. I'm like, lady, you didn't even give me a chance. So that was it. So it went well, Daryl. I didn't have to cuss the dyke out. Ooh, did I say dyke? I'm sorry. Lesbian. Is that better? Okay. But it was obvious, because I was dressed to the nines. I was looking good, smelling good, and feeling good. Actually, I wasn't feeling good. I was tired because I had just gotten off of VON that morning, and I was sleepy. And I slept in the back of the truck until 9 o'clock. So I got there around 6:45. and I drifted off to sleep. Slept 9 o'clock. Alarm went off. I hopped in the front seat and drove around like I just made it there. So I was on time. Yeah, they was like, yeah, like, oh, he's about to play that awful rap music. I'm like, I had on a suit jacket, black suit jacket, a pair of gray pants, and a black and white polka dot shirt. Did I look like I was about to play some rap music? And some Stacey Adams. Did I look like I was going to play some hip hop, hippity hip hop, and you don't stop the rock? No. And this was a sister. The white folks, dare I say it, the white folks were nicer to me than she was. She never came over and said, well, we enjoyed the music and the fact that you kept the music down and this, that, and the other. The white folks were dancing. They were like, we wish you could turn it up. I said, so I should have dropped some beats. I'm going to sleep enough tonight, trust me. As soon as 12 o'clock hits, see that door over there? That door right there. Not that door there, but that door right there. That's the door to the bedroom. I will be in it and in the bed and knocked out. Be knocked out, man. Candy man. Yeah, did I look like I was about to play some trap music? I had on a suit jacket, a double-breasted suit jacket. Did I look like a thug to her? Oh, it was the do-rag. I had on my do-rag, There's something up there. A little bit. But no, I didn't look like I was about to, throw it up, G. What's up? Let's get this party crack-a-lackin'. Oh my goodness, those Negroes. Like, you a big Negro too. You big Pat Dow looking mother. Anyway. Yeah, but anyway. Oh, it was the earrings. Oh, okay. Daryl said you can blow your nose after you go off the air. Yeah, I'm gonna do more than blow my nose, boy. I'm about to roll me a doob. You can get it crack-a-lacking up in here. Anyway. Y'all know it ain't me. Get it crack-a-lacking. What's up, my homie? See, that's not even me, right? That's not even me. Getting it crack-a-lacking up in here, man. Oh, no. Let's get it crack-a-lacking, man. Say candy, man. Is the earrings? I guess it was. I don't know. Maybe I should have worn the studs instead of the hoops. Maybe she would have enjoyed that. Me wearing the studs instead of the hoops. But she looked like a straight up stud. She had no booty. No booty. No booty. Ow. Where's your booty, girl? You must have left them in your other jeans. What's crack-a-lackin'? Anyway. you young whippersnapper. Don't play any of that loud hippity-hoppity music. Get off my lawn. Can you imagine Clint Eastwood telling, get off my lawn? Like, who's that? Where'd that come from? Get off my lawn. Hey, what you gonna do to me, Pops? This is the .357 Magnum. It's the most powerful handgun ever made. In all the excitement, I shot maybe 4, maybe 5 shots. But you got to think to yourself, do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Okay, I'm gonna get off your lawn, bro. I'm straight, pops. Okay, sir. You know, surprised the po-pos didn't come and tap on your window while you were sleeping. Why are you sleeping in the back of your truck, brother? Don't you have a crib? It's like I'm trying not to be late for a gig, because if I'd have gone home, that'd have been it. Clara would have been calling me, Al, where you at, bro? Al, you know. Thank you for calling Al Greer. I'm asleep right now. Please leave your message after the tone. Man, I got in the back seat. I had my phone plugged in, and I'm listening to WDIA down in Memphis. I'm listening to Bobby OJ. Bobby sounds the same way that he did when he was here on BMX. Yeah. Good morning, 7:20, 20 minutes past 7 o'clock. It's Bobby. Oh, so good, Jay. On WDIA 1070 AM. I'm like, go, Bobby. 68 years old. Still sounding like he's 30-something. So, Bobby, oh, so good, Jay. Checking out all my people, all my people working, all the post office workers, all the patrolmen, all the police officers. I'm like, go on, Bobby. After all these years, Bobby still loves his job. I'm like, go ahead, Bobby OJ. Eastwood is a Trump lover. That's okay. He can love Trump to the end. Trump gone. Trump lost. Trump, Hawk smash Trump. Anyway, he gone. With people like Clint Eastwood on his side, you know. I'm sorry, I couldn't. I don't think we would have been able to survive another 4 years of Donald Trump. I'm just saying. I'm sure Facebook will cut me off for that. They cut me off earlier. I don't know why. They thought I was posting some pornography. I'm like, me? Posting some pornography? Yeah, right. Okay. I don't post pornography. I look at it. I ain't posting nothing. I don't want y'all to see what I'm looking at. I don't want you to see what I'm looking at, man. Mr. Crappy, Mr. My Pillow, yeah. The My Pillow guy, yeah. What is going on here? What does Terry Bishop put on my 79th Street Renaissance Festival Crawl, 71st and Racine, September 11th. I'll be out of town. I will not be here. I will be out of town. I will not be in town for that day. No. I will be somewhere in Wisconsin somewhere. Yeah. The My Pillow guy. He's a trip too. The My Pillow guy. They should have never let him on TV. Is Terry Bishop still doing dancing to Bruno Mars? Yes. He's still doing that gay stuff. Yeah, he's still on that. Yeah. Poor Terry. He's searching for his identity. I'm just saying, he's searching for his identity. A man who does not know what he is.
What's your problem, man? You need some of that cryptochronic, brother. Set you straight. Puff, puff, pass.
Anyway. Yeah, Napoleon complex. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much so. Yeah. Searching for his identity. Where do I belong? Mm-mm.
Just play me some hippity hop music. I'll be all right.
Play some DMX. I remember I used to make these CDs. People would ask me to make, and they would give me a list of music. And I would go to YouTube and and put together these rap CDs. And I come to bed, boy, I'd be all charged up.
Move over. Let me in the bed. What's wrong with you, heifer?
Excuse me? You gonna make me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. She's like, you need never make those CDs ever again. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Yep, no more.
No more of that hippity hop, flippity flop.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that hip hop music. Take your butt to bed. You too old to be listening to that. And every time some old guy pulls up to me and he's listening to that, I just look over like, really? Really, bro? How old are you? Got his hat cocked to the side, still listening to DMX from back in the day. No, brother. Give it up. Ain't no use. I can't help myself if I wanted to. I'm hung up. No doubt. It's like, don't nobody want to hear that crap. Roll your windows up and blow your own brains out.
That hippity hop music. What is your problem, man?
Mm-mm. Ooh, Lord. Mm-mm. Yep, Terry got that Napoleon complex. He's just a short man who can't find any clothes to fit him. He's a combination of short and fat. They don't make clothes for short, fat men. They just don't. If he lost weight, he'd be all right. He could get his clothes from the boys department at Sears and he'd be straight. But, or Walmart or something. Get some Garanimals, striped shirt and some solid pants. Terry's going to be like, no, Terry's going to be like nothing. What you going to do, beat me up or something, Terry? Ooh. Terry Bishop whooped Al Greer's ass. That's that too was a lie. Thank you, Maury. That too was a lie. But you say Listerine. What are you saying, Daryl? That the man's breath stinks too? Dang. Mm-mm. Oh, no. How did we get on the subject of Terry Bishop? I mean, why? Most people don't know who he is. And those that know who he is, they're like, you say, one word, Listerine. Mm-mm. Get you some Listerine, man. Smells like you've been smoking the chronic. Mm-mm. And that's just it. Terry doesn't even smoke. I've never seen him with a cigarette or a blunt in his mouth, ever. I'm just saying. Neither one. A cigarette or a blunt. I'm just saying. No, you didn't, Daryl. I'm through. I'm through. Check, please. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, oh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Daryl, you're going to hell, my man. You're going to hell. My phone is starting to die. It's like the cryptochronic has gotten to it. Is he on dope or dog food? Which one is it? Mm-mm. You've been smoking the cryptochronic, and he doesn't even smoke. Boom, boom, boom. Mm-mm. It's almost over, ladies and gentlemen. It's amazing. I still have 7 people on here. Wow. How cool is that? I feel loved addicted. You're funny, Mr. Owens. You're a funny man. You're a funny man. Ha ha ha. 5 hours sleep. Yeah, I know. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. I love that song, Laura. Can't you tell? Can't you tell that I like it? Sing. I like that too. Hey. Right now? Right now? I didn't mean to play that, but that's okay. We'll let it play in the background. Giving It Up is Giving Up from Patrice Rushen, tonight's spotlight artist, inside Foreplay, right here on Bedtime Stories, featuring Mr. Dwayne Julius Rogers, DJ Rogers, who made his transition a few months ago, as a matter of fact. Great singer. He was the musical director for the show Amen. Remember that? Remember that show? Yeah. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. We have about 7 people left on Facebook, and Daryl Owen says 5 of them are asleep. Thank you. Thank you, Daryl. I appreciate that. The show says we put you to bed, but never to sleep. We're not putting you to sleep. We're just preparing you for bed, if you know what I mean. Here's the main ingredient on Bedtime Stories with Dr. Al Greer. ELO. Daryl, can I use your family discount? I want to fly to Jamaica. Yeah. Get some real weed. Get that real stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get some real chronic. Yeah. ELO. Mm-mm. Okay, let's talk about Ken Bedford. Let's not. We went from Terry Bishop to talking about Ken Bedford. What is this? Little man night? What are we doing here? Since we're talking about Napoleon complexes, I'm like, let me not talk about Ken Bedford. He just got out of the hospital. Okay. Did that sound sincere enough? Yeah. Hey, Big Al. Hey, you didn't call me while I was in the hospital. Thought you were dead. And that was it. You didn't call and check on me. Nope. Most people that go in the hospital ain't coming out, especially now with COVID. Little man complex, Mm-mm. Talk about Terry Bishop and Ken Bedford seeing eye to eye. Anyway. But no, we're not going to talk about their shortcomings tonight. Oh! Okay, maybe a little bit. Anyway, sorry. Bad radio host. Bad radio host. Mm-mm. A little sawed off. Let me stop. Got the little man complex. Come on, Ken. Short people got no reason to live. What was his name? Randy Newman. He got a lot of flack for that song too. Said they have no reason to live. Mm-mm. Don't want no short man. Don't want no short man. But, most short guys, they come up to a woman's bosom. So, just saying. They're like right there, Oh, honey. Nestled all in their bosom like a little baby. Get in my belly, you little baby. Mm-mm. Where did this come from? What is this? Ain't nobody smoking no weed around here. Weed is whack. I'm about to whack some weeds at 12 o'clock when I get off. Oh, whack it. Smoke it all up. Put it in the peace pipe. Smoking all night. Add it in my peace pipe. Al, you're awfully active at almost 12 o'clock at night. Yeah, because I'm about to go to sleep. I've been up all day. So I should sleep all through the night. All through the night. Without any commercial interruptions. Put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Do not disturb me. Only 3 people can get through on my phone. My daughter, I'm about to say my mother. Good Lord. She must be talking about me. My wife, my daughter. Yeah. Did I say 3 people? My wife or my daughter? Oh, and my son, Ahmad. Yeah. Which is going to piss my other sons off because they can't get through. Maybe Anthony can sneak through because he's a genius. He'll find a way to get through to my phone. Oh, I thought you could block me, huh, Dad? No. I heard what you said about me, son. You got jokes, huh? Terry's so short, when the woman stands up, his face will get wet. Why, Daryl? Why? Why do I even entertain you, sir? When she stands up, his face will get wet. It's about right, though. Yeah. He's right there at that level, He's right at fish level, If it smells like fish, don't eat it. It's a trick. It's a trap. Well, I made it to the weekend. Tomorrow is the payday. Well, actually, Friday. Yeah. What you say, catfish? Yeah. He's right at catfish level. He's right there where you need him. I tell you, that Terry Bishop, he's a hell of a guy. Mr. My Life, Bobby Brown. What'd you say? Full Circle. Okay. Is that a movie? I'm sorry. Is that a movie? The name is Lucifer, Lucifer Morningstar. Is that your stage name? No, I'm the devil. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Anyway, Bobby Brown and a rummy macaroni right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, hello to Ken Watlington. Thank you so much. We're sitting here talking about men who have short stature. We'll just leave it at that. Men with short stature. Little means. And they probably, get more action than we do at times. Why? Because they're right there at that level. You know what level that is. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, welcome to our listeners who check us out on Ray Neal Media, which is thebestmusicofyourlife.com. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Like I said earlier, Ray Neal is always telling me that these people are listening to me. And I'm like, I don't believe it. If they're actually listening to me, my phone should be ringing off the hook. But that's okay. As long as they're listening, I don't care what they do. I don't care what you're doing when you're listening to Bedtime Stories. But if it's good, call my name, all right? So, ooh, ow. Ooh, ow. Ooh, ow. Oh, ow. So your man said, who's Al? Never mind. Ooh, ow. Just keep going, baby. Just keep going. It's Leon Ware, rocking you eternally on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Rocking you. Rocking you eternally. Or internally. Yeah, baby. Yeah. That would be me, rocking you internally. Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm. Sex of chocolate. Anyway, I'm sleepy because I'm being silly. I'm being so silly. You're so silly, Al. You so silly. That's how I get them. I make them laugh. When they start laughing, you so silly. Take your clothes off. Okay. No, seriously, take your clothes off. Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So if Ray Neal's people like me so much, how come they never call me? I guess they're scared. They're scared. Don't be scurry. That's terrible. They don't never call me. I'm sitting right here. That's terrible. It's like they can see my wife or something. You're like they scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scary. She can't get you. She works at a hospital. Don't be scary. That's terrible. Mm-mm. It's like, oh, now he thinks he's Charles Barkley. Oh my God. Oh, don't be scary. Randy Newman, yes, who sounded like a black dude. Short people got no reason to live. Like, you have no reason to live, Randy Newman. No. He's got to be like 80 or something now, isn't he? Yeah. Mm-mm. That was terrible. I'm sorry. That was terrible. That was a terrible shot. I don't know why he even took that shot. You knew that wasn't no three-pointer when it left your hands. That's terrible. Stop rubbing what? My head? I know, right? It ain't gonna grow. I know. All right. That's just terrible. Casper Perry. Hello. Mm-mm. Oh, thanks for being on my live. That reminds me. That's the 26th. I got to be at the Jeffrey Pub, aka the Fish Market. 26, right? Ah, the 15th is the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month. Catfish Market, you know it. At the Jeffrey Pub. Why when I typed in Jeffrey and pub came right after it in my phone? You know, that's some gay stuff right there, boy, I tell you. It just popped up. I typed in Jeffrey and pub came right after it. I got a gay phone. Mm-mm. It's the 20. Yes. Did someone say Jeffrey Pub? Lady G woke up, boy. Her ears perked up like a Doberman pincher. Yes. The the 26th stepper set at the Jeffrey Pub. Please be there. Oh, I tell you. Yep, and Lady G, you're welcome to come. I know that should be yeah, that's right up your alley. Yeah, up your alley. Yeah. Add location, Jeffrey Pub. Dang it. When I put in Jeffrey Pub, there's a picture that pops up. September 26th from 4 to 11 o'clock. Yeah. What'd you say? 510. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yep. Come on, Lady G. Come on. Come on out. It's a stepper set at the Jeffrey Pub on the 26th from 4 until 11, which means I have to take off work from the station, from the gospel station, which means I'll be home way before 2 o'clock, which is a good thing, and I'll be paid and in the house. But yeah, it's a stepper set. The 26th at the Jeffrey Pub. Silky Soul Sundays. Yeah. Yeah. Casper, of course, is my manager now.
Yeah. Gonna make $1 million. He get it all because I can't spend it.
Oh, no. Where did that come from? Oh, Funky Worm, 1972. I'm sorry. Will you come and get me? Of course. But of course. Of course, sister, you can ride with me. Mhm. By that time, I'll have the slingshot. And you can be riding in the slingshot. Mm-mm. It's going to be a ball to be had by all, I tell you. Me and a whole bunch of women. Woo! That's going to be fun. Not really. They don't want me. Yeah, yep. You'll have a ball. I won't, but you will. You will have a ball, Lady G. You'll be in like hog heaven. For me, it'll for you it'll be a dream. For me, it'll be a nightmare. I'm like, don't none of these women want me? Come on, man. You ain't no man, man. I can hear Lady G. Oh, I know. Yes. Yeah. What's it taste like, Lady G? Tastes like chicken. You know. Yes, the Jeffrey Pub is a gay spot. You are correct, sir. They paying. Down. Ooh, yeah. Go on, Luke. creeping, and if only for one night, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, reminding you to join me for Silky Soul Sundays on September 26th over at the Jeffrey Pub, 70th and Jeffrey Boulevard. That's right. Ken Wallington said, "Is that a gay spot?" If I'm not correct, yes, that is a alternative lifestyle. Yes. Hey, but they paying. They paying, man. They paying. So I'm playing. As long as they paying, I'll be playing. Anyway, this gentleman had a duet earlier with Patrice Rushen, and this time he's just all there by himself. Casper used to end his show with this when he was doing V103, thanks to me, because I turned it down. It's such a pretty song, and it makes me cry sometimes when I hear it. So allow me to leave the room now. Here's the great DJ Rogers. This was produced by Webster Lewis from his album 8 for the 80s. This is Heavenly. DJ Rogers is singing his butt off on this song. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and this is Bedtime Stories, putting you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time.
Pull over, man.
No. Imagine Lucius as a police officer. You know you were speeding, man. You know you were speeding. Now get your butt up out of that car. You know you were speeding, man. Come on, get on out of that car. Let me smell your breath. I'm not going to be this funny tomorrow. Trust me. Yep. Tomorrow I'll be back to normal. I'll be my old serious self. Yep. I'll be back to my old self again tomorrow. All out of focus and everything.
I'm a funny guy, huh? I'm funny. I amuse you or something, huh? I'm like a clown, huh? Get out of here.
What you say, brother? Bring lots of acid rap music. It's a stepper set, Ken. They're going to be stepping together. I can't wait to see that. Acid rap. Oh, God. Oh, me. What are you saying? That gay women listen to acid rap? Is that what you're saying? Bring your leather pants and a whip. Oh. Go on, Ken. Go ahead and piss off half my audience. Go right ahead, sir. Woo. Go ahead, Lady G. Let them have it. I'm not going to the Blue Oyster. Bring your leather pants and a whip. Lady G said, no, I'll bring my leather gloves. Here we go with the gloves again, I tell you. Woo! Go ahead, just dig a deeper hole, Ken. Go ahead, go right ahead. Woo! And I should wear my little leather cap, and yeah, like Vito on like Vito on The Sopranos, huh? Woo! The views and opinions are that of Ken Watlington and not those of WOSD Radio, AG Entertainment Company, and its subsidiaries. So you said it, Ken. No, it's not straight night that night. It's just the gays want to have a stepper set. It's gay women. I'm safe. It's Lady G has to worry about getting jacked in the bathroom, which I jacked up their bathroom when I was there last time. I'm sorry. This is the last 5 minutes of my show anyway. I had to boo-boo really bad. And I had to clean up the bathroom. I'm just saying, I had to go really bad. You won't be taken after that night. You'll be taken all right. You'll be taking your clothes off. Yeah. But see, that's the biggest misconception about gay people, that they just, they're just hopped up and horny, hopped up on sex. Most of them are. But anyway. You go right ahead, Ken. Keep insulting folks. Oh no. Bring your 38 with you. All right, Ken. Power to the people. I have nothing to say, Lady G. Those are the opinions of that man and not of me. I have nothing to say behind that. Nothing. Yep, I'll be the only man there. Yep, the only man there. Just having a good laugh. Okay. Then I'll see you on the 26th at the Jeffrey Pub. Right, Ken? I ain't so funny now. You stop laughing. Yep, I'll see you on the 26th, Ken. You come help me DJ. help me carry my crates. Ain't laughing now, are you? Thank you so much for staying up with me here on Bedtime Stories. To all of my listeners and watchers on Facebook, Lady G, Ken Wadlington, Daryl Owens, also LT, Nikki Brown, thank you so much as always. And just everybody, I appreciate you. To all of our affiliates at Biggs Media, BiggsRadio.com, Ray Neal Media, and of course, World Vibe Radio. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night and good morning, Miss Delicious. See you this weekend, baby. Well, 99, folks. I'm about to hit it and hit it hard. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, good night, y'all, and God bless. And peace out. I'll holla. See you on the 26th, Ken, at the Jeffrey Pub.